money. You're an industrious one, ain't you?
Just open the bloody door, Keith. Let's have...
Right, Mr. Ferret's down those stairs.
Welcome to another Reaperz Podcast, episode 35, the E3 special.
And that gold...
There was far too much news in eye candy for any person to report on at all. You got the Xbox One, Halo 5, Rise, Ghost, Forza 5, Assassin's Creed 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and so many more. What interested me the most was that Microsoft and game developers and publishers finally delivered the goods on the Xbox One this year at E3. Microsoft pulled the curtain back on the coming console last month for the Xbox One, but while there was a lot of oohing and eyeing about its sleek appearance, powerful guts, cloud capabilities, and other pretty much own your living room features, there was a big question mark in my mind about how many great games there would be for this console when it launched and in the first few months after launch.
There's no gold, Ferret.
So many games.
And whatever filth...
Now, the Xbox is getting launched this November with tons of great launch titles that was announced at E3. The launch price tag for the Xbox One is said to be $499, $500 USD.
Tear it out.
What you guys expect on the whole new Xbox One?
What do you mean by aspect? Like,
what do you
think?
Yeah, what do you think of the Xbox One?
Big bundle of tech, that's for sure.
In my personal opinion, I'm looking forward, but there's so much new connectivity for TV and other interactions like that. Plus, with the new game titles, you know, like you said, you've got Rise, Metal Gear Solid's going to be exclusively on there, the new Killer Instinct, Sunset Overdrive. I mean, they've got a lot of things going for them. The only question I have is how much of it is going to work right off the bat. Are we going to have the same issue as we did with the 360, the Red Ring of Death? Or is this thing actually going to come out and work properly at launch day?
Good question. Great question. Snow. What do you think?
I really have no opinion on it. I'm looking more forward to the new technology, and I do have the same question as Metal with whether it will work off the bat. I personally never experienced the 360 glitches, still using my original, but I do worry.
I mean, what pretty much is in the Xbox One is a heavily customized Microsoft specialty AMD chip that combines an 8-core CPU, a GPU tailored for DirectX 11.1 graphics, and a 32 megabyte of high bandwidth embedded SRAM memory. The 28nm chip will consume about 100 watts, it is said to be, which is slightly higher than the current Xbox Slim and the PS3. But Microsoft promises less noise from the cooling fans will be 4 times quieter. The system memory, 8 gigabytes of RAM, DDR3, although the PS4s come with the GDDR5.
I'll keep an eye on
the audio video. You got the 1080p with the 4K, both supported 7.1 surround sound. The Kinect, of course, is going to be bundled with every single unit.
Who are you?
As includes 250,000 pixel infrared depth sensor, as well as the regular 720p webcam. It also includes a 500 gigabyte hard drive, Blu-ray, DVD combo drive.
Well, alright.
Also, Sony and Microsoft did say that, of course, which I actually like, they're both going to be still implementing the whole hard disk copies. Back before the PS4 and the Xbox One was even announced, there was rumors that both consoles were going to go completely digitalized. Yes, that'd be a good aspect of business and consumers, because, of course, if it's all download, we're going to see a big price difference, probably maybe like $20 a game. But everybody likes to have that hard copy like myself. The connectivity, HDMI 1.4 output and pass-through, which I'm honestly loving right now. A few USB 3.0 ports, Gigabit Ethernet, 3 separate 802.11 NGB radios to allow the console to communicate with its controller, as well as other devices, without losing its connection to the internet. I'm liking this Xbox One. Pretty much Microsoft did say this is like the best console they built, and I completely agree. Now, most of this stuff from the PS4, we'll get into the whole conversation about Sony versus Xbox right now.
As if the smell and cloying...
They both got pretty much the same thing, same technology. Just the only main difference is, other than the rumors that have been going on, which will definitely end here on today's show, but the Xbox One is cloud-powered, which, for the rest of one of the rumors, has got to always be connected to the internet within at least a 24-hour period. What do you guys think of the whole console war going on?
I think Sony has taken a lot of steps in the right direction, and Microsoft may have accidentally taken a couple steps in the wrong direction. With the always connected online, a lot of people don't like that. Granted, I don't see it as that bad, because if you're honestly playing anything, you're usually playing it online unless you're playing like a campaign or something, but even still, most of the time you're still on Xbox Live. I definitely have to say Games with Gold is a major great step for Microsoft. That's something where they've finally caught up with Sony. A couple years, like a few years to do it, but it's about damn time. That's about it. There's a few other things they've taken, but I'll leave that for else to point out.
Metal?
Personally, I own both a 360 and a PS3 right now, and the PS3 just kind of sits there and is used for specific games that are PS3 only, like God of War, Ratchet and Clank, things like that. And the major reason for that is PlayStation doesn't really have that online community that Xbox does. That's where they really lack. Not being able to be in a party right now with people and play different games. You have to be in the online lobby if you want to be talking to your friends.
I mean, really.
And with the glitchiness and the lagginess of the servers, honestly, for me to be excited for the PlayStation 4, I need to know that they're taking care of that. The servers need to be faster and stronger.
Good day when
If they drop too many people, and I mean, yeah, there's lag on Xbox as well, but it's nowhere near the problem it is on PlayStation.
Linda.
I agree with that.
We made it. Look.
No?
I've never personally dealt with the lag because I also have a PS3. I don't use it for the online factor. I use it mostly for family
use the word when I was telling my mates about
as well. And so I'm looking forward to that.
She looks a bit boring now, doesn't she? Do I really want to spend my life with a woman like that?
What the PS3 does to have the security behind it.
Each console's got its issues.
You're right.
Pretty much for consumers, you got to
maybe
choose
I could.
Which one's the best one for you. Now, to get into some rumors about the Xbox, there's a rumor going around on Facebook and on the internet, Twitter and whatnot, Kinect always being on. Now, it is always on, but in the privacy settings, you can switch it to be off. instead of saying how they were mentioning at the reveal, they might say Xbox on, it turns on. You can shut that off through your privacy settings. Also, another one is used games. Used games will not have any fee. If you got an Xbox One, you go to GameStop, you get, I don't know, Halo 5 used. Microsoft will not charge you to be able to play that online. Now, some companies actually charge, mainly EA, not the EA Sports, but the EA brand usually, like Battlefield.
You've saved the most important person in my life.
And also, another one, the internet connection, which I summed up earlier, is it will have a constant connection. You would have to connect within 24 hours.
I'm worried about you.
Yeah.
Every 24 hours. Now, some of the top games that were announced at the reveal, and along with the E3 coverage, was Halo. And despite the lack of the official title, all he mentioned was Halo, anything more than a vague 2014 launch date. The new installment of the storied first-person shooter franchise looks very hot. A big fan of Halo and the whole series. The trailer shows Master Chief wandering through a desert when suddenly he feels the earth move under his feet and he's confronted by a giant mechanical warrior. Game will render in full 60 frames per second, which I don't know if you guys noticed, but a lot of these hot games are going about 60 frames per second now. With this Xbox One. Anyways, allowing startlingly good and clear detail. Hoping it's even close as being as good as the HD trailer I watched. What do you guys think of the whole Halo 5 announcement? Oh, Halo announcement, but we're all thinking it's Halo 5.
I'm definitely excited for the next Halo. I've had a lot of fun with the Halo 4, and I'm guessing it is going to be Halo 5. They did have, when voting for which game, it popped up as Halo 5. So I'm guessing they're just kind of throwing that out there right there with that. But definitely excited.
We will not be undersold. That is our norm.
I completely agree. It looked amazing. Halo 4 was really good. I think 343 was a great studio to take over the franchise. They've tried to keep true to what the game is, revamping the music but keeping it in the same style. It was a lot of fun with Halo 4. So I'm definitely looking forward to Halo 5. I think they'll keep the tradition alive.
No?
I played
Business is booming.
I lost interest
a long
after
time.
that. For some reason, I don't know why, whether graphics or whether just overall gameplay. I'm looking forward to see how they come out with it, but I plan right now on getting it.
Another game that we seen was Rise, Son of Rome. There was a big reveal at the Crytek game at E3, and it looks promising. At first blush, it gets redundant to say that the graphics on the Xbox One game will be crisp and clear, but the quality of the rendered people and the objects in the trailer had me thinking I was watching an actual movie. Shadows were shadows, no black patches that made it hard to see what was going on. It also made combat particularly bloody and grisly. Definitely a must-have game for me. They pretty much sold me at E3 for this game. The audio quality was very good too, at least what we seen in the video feed. I like the precision with the Legion charging a tower, pulled back and raised its shields to defend itself from incoming arrows. And I mean, it's awesome. It looks awesome. Graphics are awesome. I'm saying a definitely must-have, at least for any person that's into that type, like God of War kind of stuff, or even Fable. If you're a fan of Fable, I definitely suggest picking up this game. Ricky, what's your thoughts on Rise?
I really haven't fully formed an opinion on that one yet. I just gotta see more.
So, are we all set for tonight?
I've double-checked.
Metal?
I don't believe it!
I definitely agree with you on the way it looks and sounds. It's visually impressive. My major concern is it looks to be mostly quick-time events, and that's getting to be a bit overdone. I mean, there was a game based pretty much solely on it, Asura's Wrath, and that thing sold almost nothing. I mean, I played that game, and it was fun, but with the quick-time events, they're taking too much out of the player's hands, and
Long had she harbored
it gets redundant.
Baron, get on with it! Philistine.
No.
So it was that they...
I have not personally
little
seen the
village of
trailer.
Lightwater, a pretty
I wouldn't mind some more
looting
of the
battlements,
bloodier side
evil
of
Baron's
It
castle.
seems like games nowadays are cutting back on that with the whole teenage, we're going to override our
to
minds.
talk to the
thing.
townsfolk and see what she...
But it's good to bring some of it back.
You're kidding, right?
No, when you're talking about the bloody and gruesome on video games, now, most companies try not to put too much of it, because I'm pretty sure you all heard the great old major wise tale that a lot of non-gamers actually say that if you're a gamer and you play these type of gruesome games, you're going to go out there in real life and kill people. I'm sorry, but I've been playing games, although, you know, I started on the Atari and original Nintendo. Yeah, I'm an old fart, but, you know, I play these games and, you know, I see kids, I mean,
no spoilers.
14-year-olds and 15-year-olds playing this all the time. Call of Duty and Halo, and I mean, Call of Duty has more blood than Halo, I think, but
it's not very...
The way the game, I mean, Black Ops 2, Woods, the guy who played Woods on there, he was swearing pretty much in every sentence. Although you hear a lot of kids swear a lot, but you don't hear on the news that, okay, well, a 14-year-old wanted to try to go for the high score and go for a multi-kill in the mall. You know, I think it's bullshit. It's an old wise tale, you know. It's just people saying gamers and games are all bad and all that. Meanwhile, honestly, the way I look at video games, it's pretty much an interactive movie. It gets you into the movie, it gets you out of the life, out of, you know, if you have a sucky life or a great life, depending on whatever. But besides the point, it puts you into somebody else's shoes, either Master Chief saving the, you know, all of mankind, or
proven to be a mighty challenge.
Oh, what was another great game? Left 4 Dead. Fighting the whole zombie apocalypse. I mean, Walking Dead is popular, but besides the point, it's an old wise tale, and I agree with you, Snow, on them putting a little more of a blood and realistic blood and gruesome side to games. Now, another great game that I actually was...
Aren't they sweet? I put them in. Nice, eh?
Was literally going goo-goo over during the reveal when they announced it was Titanfall. No, I'm not a big fan of EA. I'm a fan of EA Sports, but not EA. But I am intrigued by Titanfall. Now, it's due out in 2014. The game lets you fight on foot as a pilot or climbing into Titan robot shells. It's hard to tell from even a nearly 5-minute-long trailer, but I'm hoping... I'm really hoping this game's going to be awesome, while Infinity Ward breathe new life into the Call of Duty Modern Warfare franchise and put the same sort of oomphah into the first game at Respawn.
Oh, she's very...
Now, Titanfall, whether you're a pilot or a Titan, you'd have to attack and destroy other players or defend yourself from your location. I very liked the video that was displayed at the reveal, and a couple of times he played during the EA coverage, either through Xbox or through your local cable company, wherever you have.
Odd. Just let
I was personally watching a lot of footage through the Xbox and Twitch. So, what's you guys' thoughts on Titanfall?
Trimps are definitely trumps.
Personally, I'm really looking forward to Titanfall. I think it looks really good.
Oh, just give her the sword!
I don't know. I hope it's a little bit innovative on the first-person shooter game. I really want to see some of the mech play and play around with the mechs, so I got good hopes for it.
Metal?
I'm loving it. I'm a huge fan of games with mechs. I honestly think they're underplayed right now. I mean, Chrome Hounds was amazing, and that just kind of fell off the face of the earth. So I'm glad to see they're trying to do something else with mechs. The gameplay looks good. I like getting in and out of the mechs at pretty much any point. But I do want to see more on it before I make my decision on whether I'm going to get it or not.
No?
Hi, this is another one of the but just for you guys about that, it reminds me for all those animated series. I would love to see that come to life on a video game.
Timefall does definitely look epic. Another game that I actually like getting 3 Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare. Sorry, it's like Angry Birds. It's stupid, but it's one of those games you gotta have. Now, me having 2 kids, little kids, this would be a perfect game for them to play. I don't know who all here seen the trailer or the footage of Garden Warfare, but if you were a fan of the original Plants vs. Zombies, imagine Plants vs. Zombies in Call of Duty multiplayer style. I mean, you can't really set claymores down, but you could put pots down and all that to plant like you would in the original game. Great game, great graphics, great job from the developers. Definitely a must-have for any family out there that has kids. What's your idea on Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare, Ricky?
I'm looking forward to it. It looks kind of silly, but it looks fun. I kind of want to do a little bit of clan play on there, maybe get a small team put together or something. I think that'd be fun and interesting, and see what we can't do with that.
Well, there you go. You heard it, folks. Reaperz is looking for clan members that want to play Garden Warfare. Metal, what do you think?
Well, I honestly missed the trailer for that, but I mean, I was a fan of the original Plants vs. Zombies, and put multiplayer in it since, as far as I know, they never updated it on the 360 with multiplayer. To add that in is amazing. I mean, a lot of games today are going multiplayer, and it's kind of a must-have if you want to have a successful game, and I'm looking forward to it. I'll definitely get it and be playing.
Definitely agree with you on most games. They have to have multiplayer because everybody likes to share their love of their game or the game they're good at with people that they care about, or even friends on Xbox or whatever. But definitely awesome. Pretty much I'd say Garden Warfare is like a first-person shooter. I mean, it looks awesome. Definitely check it out. Snow, what's your take on Garden Warfare?
Being a kid myself, I've been into the Garden series, Plants vs. Zombies, and all of that. It's so much fun to me just because there's always a way to lose and there's always a way to win. And having one come out where it's more of that first-person shooter, I'm personally addicted to it as well. It's going to be really fun.
Definitely good. Definitely agree. Another great game that I'm actually definitely getting, and I'm pretty sure everybody, if not, you're not listening to this, you definitely have to get it, is Call of Duty Ghost. My main fact is not just being a Call of Duty game, because
why do you guys always want to put chickens in?
I'd have to honestly say my input in the whole Call of Duty Ghost that made me actually want to buy it was controlling your own dog. You actually have your own little puppy just helping you out throughout your missions, and it will be implemented in with multiplayer. Ricky, what's your take on Ghost?
Ghost, I can't wait for. I'm not the biggest fan of Call of Duty. Like, hell, Black Ops 2 was the first campaign on a Call of Duty I ever played. Well, besides the very first one on PS2. But other than that, I just kind of play multiplayer, but I'm really excited for the storyline. I really want to play it. Really want to play the multiplayer on it. The dog aspect, that just, it definitely got me. I want to run around with the dog in multiplayer and just eat people.
My God!
Really looking forward to that one.
Definitely. Metal, what's your take on Ghost?
Well, like Bricky, I'm not a big fan of Call of Duty, never have been. I actually haven't really liked the Call of Duty up until Black Ops 2 came out. So, with that, as addicted as I've gotten with Black Ops 2, I'm definitely looking forward to Ghosts. I'm hoping that even though it's not a Black Ops title, but I'm hoping that it'll still keep my interest and keep me on there. I'll definitely be picking it up.
Snow, what's your take on Ghost?
Okay, so my thing would be the website trailer. They say I'm going to be surprised. Having heard about the dog, I was out of my mind. I love the fact that I could be able to kill people instead of having to fight against them. And the fact that everything is my main worry, actually, is that people are going to drop in, like the Black Ops. It's going to be a very quick play. People are going to get bored. That's my only worry.
My question is how are you going to play hardcore search and destroy? Like, once you die, you're dead, you gotta wait for the next round. Is your dog gonna automatically die, or is he still gonna fight there? And, just like how your claymores, if you place them down before you would die, is your dog still gonna be fighting, or is he just gonna be just sitting by your body, or what? That's what I want to know.
I should have.
It was said that the dog's name is Riley. But it will be a launch title. It's actually bundled up with the Xbox One, which you can pre-order at GameStop. I suggest pre-ordering these at GameStop. Great company. But yeah, definitely. Activision Infinity Ward is doing a great job on Ghost. What they gave us on a preview. With the what screen was it? 122-foot widescreen that was good. This is our best look at the game since a brief teaser trailer, and word that its DLC will arrive first on the Xbox One. Other than a look at more next-gen gameplay, it is also highlighted new elements like the dog on single player and multiplayer. You can also talk to them through your headset. Yeah, definitely a must game. I'm sold on it. I'm definitely grabbing it at launch. Another great game, Assassin's Creed 4. Now, I haven't played the second and third one, but Assassin's Creed 4 definitely looks awesome. I did like the first one, just didn't really get into it to be able to get the second and third one. But it looks like I got some playing to do before this game launches, because it's another game that looks awesome. Ricky, what's your take on Assassin's Creed?
I won't touch it. I haven't liked an Assassin's Creed since the first one. It's the story to me. The Animus, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. And I won't touch it.
Metal?
I've never been an Assassin's Creed fan. I played the first one, and personally to me, it was way too repetitive. Every place looked the same, every mission felt the same, and it just wasn't a game I could sit and play. It just felt too monotonous. And because of that, I only played a little bit of Revelations in Brotherhood, and a little bit of 3. I didn't even touch the second one. And I didn't beat any of them, because I was kind of ruined with the first, so I probably won't even give the fourth one a shot.
Snow, what's your take on Assassin's Creed?
I really metal breaking. Personally, I have every single one for almost every console. I played every single one of them. I'm in love with them. I can't wait for the next one.
You sound like my girlfriend, Snow. She seen the trailer for Assassin's Creed 4. She grabbed me and says, "You must buy this game." So it looks like I gotta save up another $60. Yeah, I say pretty much I gotta save up for another $60 for a game that she wants. But hey, I'm getting most of the games here, so why not throw her a few bones? Metal Gear Solid 5. It was pretty much opened at the Xbox press release. So the first video we've seen some gameplay, just stunning detail on the graphics, multiple vehicles that it wasn't even all of them have been shown. From what they said, they only scratched the surface of what can be played in the game. But I did play Metal Gear Solid, and I'm a fan of the game, but not like the Assassin's Creed. I wasn't a big enough fan to go out and buy every single game. But Metal Gear Solid 5, another game that I am looking into purchasing.
I am immune to all weapons.
Ricky, what's your take on Metal Gear Solid 5?
That's one that I actually kind of want to play. I enjoyed several of the Metal Gear Solid games. I definitely haven't stuck with the franchise the whole way through, but this one definitely caught my eye, and I want to play this one. I can't wait for it.
Metal, what's your take?
Well, I've been a Metal Gear Solid fan for years. I enjoyed the one on the original Nintendo and everything, and I enjoyed the one on PS1 and PS2. But after Snake Eater, I just kind of fell off. Didn't really get into them after that. I played a little bit of 4, and I played Revengeance, which I thought was a really good take on the series. Kind of have a split-off storyline. To see them bring back Snake for me is a big deal, but at this point, with how slow the games have been progressing and how much slower the action has become, I kind of wonder if they're going to keep going in that direction. And if so, in my opinion, they should just let the series kind of die off with whatever little dignity it has left.
I can think of something.
So what's your take?
Yeah.
I have no
The
opinion.
hero
kisses
the princess.
I've never actually heard this
girls
series, never
kissing.
I've
never heard of Solid Snake?
Hot
I
cliche.
have not.
Ironic
Oh, you're killing me, Smalls.
nature of the cliche.
She's like blaspheming in a Reaperz podcast, and that's not good. There might be demotions handed out at next meeting.
Now.
Did we talk about Forza 5 yet?
Happily ever after?
Well, they would have, but the Baron and she died in exclusion.
I don't know if we talked about Forza 5 yet.
Shrieks tormented the local.
No, we haven't.
Yeah, I was saying, Forza 5. They showed.
You're sick, Jim.
Epic.
Why do you all...
All I gotta say is one word: the new Drivatar.
That is a happy ending.
I'm with Ben.
Awesome.
And there was...
Epic game. Definite getting it at launch.
Yeah, I've never
If I'm not broke by then. But yeah. The cars, the stunning detail of it. Definite. I mean, if you're a racing fan, you got the Xbox One, you're big into cars, or or you just want to learn more about cars, definitely Forza 5. I mean, just like how it was for Forza 3 and 4, that you can pretty much get into detail, but in Forza 5, you're going more in depth. You can change anything on the car, which is pretty much like
hero
Forza.
Time. I'm going to have...
But like visually, you can actually see, you can pop open the hood, you can see it, you can move things around. It's awesome. Forza 5, definite must buy.
Dungeon!
What's your take on Forza 5, Bricky?
Forza 5, if I did pick it up, I'd pick it up just to play the Drivatar.
When's the next?
Other than that, I probably wouldn't play it a whole lot. I'm not a big racing game fan.
If you're not,
It really doesn't keep my attention whatsoever. Well, customizing does. That'll keep me occupied for hours, but the actual driving, not so much.
You do not know how many hours spent on making cars and painting them on Forza 2 and selling them and buying more and then customizing Left 4 Dead. Like, if you played Forza 2, you'd know what I'm talking about. Left 4 Dead and, like, wrestlers and, you know, anything. You search it up on there. Yeah, I'd be one of those ones that would create these cars among millions of other people. But, you know, I'd create them, and it was so many hours customizing. But, yeah, I definitely agree with you on the customizing aspect, Ricky. Definitely awesome. Metal, what's your take?
I can't really give a unbiased opinion. I've always disliked racing games. The last one I even liked was Need for Speed Hot Pursuit. And I've never been a big fan of sim anything, really. So, I mean, as for Forza 5, I personally won't pick it up, although I do understand why, you know, car enthusiasts and racing enthusiasts do love those games. I can't really talk down on it, but personally, it's not for me.
Well, if you have any love for cars that you drive, I honestly, Metal, suggest you picking up. I mean, even if it's an older Forza, I definitely suggest you picking up a Forza. It's like the Gran Turismo of the Xbox universe. But, Snow, what's your take on Forza 5?
I personally don't play the Forza series. I would love to be able to customize a car, because that's one of my passions, is just customizing anything. I'm into racing games. It's what originally got me into gaming itself. I used to do, what was it, Carbon, Need for Speed Carbon, out on the original Xbox. And I wouldn't mind trying a new one.
But there you go. I mean, so many great games coming off of the Xbox One. The Xbox One being powerful enough, and the Forza 5 taking advantage of the whole cloud. With that Drivatar and you being offline, your car still you personally still earn credits when your friends race versus you. Awesome game. A lot of awesome games. Epic console, I say automatically the best E3 in years. Is there any other games you guys want to talk about that you guys seen at E3?
That's good. Really
I don't have a game specifically that I'd like to talk about, but I do have a article that I wanted to bring up tonight on our podcast. The CEO of Nintendo North America, Reggie Fils-Aimé, told Polygon, the best way for console marketers to deal with the used game market is to ensure their games are so good that people don't want to trade them in. The examples that he made were with Nintendo content, such as new Mario Brothers and Mario Kart, things like this. People don't want to trade those games in. They want to keep them and play them over and over again with their friends and have friends over. And while, yes, Wii U and Wii are very much so party consoles where you have a lot of people in the room playing, they do have a lot of really solid content, content that's been around for years that, is still going strong. They're making new versions of it, and I feel that was a very strong punch to both Sony and Microsoft, just pointing out the fact that they have been releasing a lot of games where it's just been kind of lacking. You have a short storyline, and then replayability is very limited to just about only multiplayer. You don't really want to... You don't have a lot of drive to play that game too much after that, though.
I definitely gotta agree with you, Bricky, on that, because going back to my childhood days, and I still have these games. I still have my original Nintendo, and so many hours spent growing. Other than me being, going out there in the woods, but me playing the Nintendo, the top 3 games I would always play with me and my friends when we'd all stay up and do those all-nighters would be Super Mario Brothers and Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers 3, and River City Ransom. But every game I had that I bought when I was younger for the original Nintendo, I still have. But I would agree with the CEO of Nintendo of America that, make your games so big and, so grand that people don't want to trade them in. Now, most games aren't like that anymore. But definitely, you don't know how many times a year I hook up my original Nintendo and start playing Super Mario Brothers, going back to the days. And, but that game's came out in, 87, 86? And that game is still so popular. But yeah, definitely agree with the CEO of Nintendo on that.
A letter for me?
Anything else would include in today's podcast of any games?
Ugly,
I do have another
and
game.
nobody likes you?
I wanted to bring up Kingdom Hearts 3 porting to Xbox One. I'm actually super excited about that. I am a Kingdom Hearts fan, and I would damn near go out and just buy a Sony console just to play the Kingdom Hearts games. In fact, I did it with, Birth by Sleep. I went and bought a PSP specifically to play that game. I haven't had a chance to yet, but I actually plan on going and buying a Nintendo 3DS just to play the Dream Drop Distance Kingdom Hearts game. I think it was a very smart move for the franchise on Square Enix's part to move it to the American-based console, because they do have a very die-hard fan base here, and Sony is very restricting when it comes to giving US, good content from their Japanese-made games.
No doubt.
Where I know Microsoft, they have a very good negotiating power, and if they want content for that game, they will get it for us. So.
Until I pay you, that is.
Sell me your unwanted...
Definitely. Metal, Snow, any other games you guys want to talk about?
I wouldn't mind giving my own opinion on the little Kingdom Hearts there. I personally have I'm looking forward to it as well. Yay! Other than that, I have no games.
Kingdom Hearts, I did play the first one on, I think it was PS2.
Yeah.
I did play it. Didn't really get into it. I'm a somewhat Disney fan. My two favorite being Goofy and
let me buy your unwanted items.
What's the dog's name on there?
Pluto.
Yeah, Pluto. Seriously, those two are my favorite.
I can tell you the truth. I didn't actually get into the game until the second one. I absolutely detested the first game, because I played it on the aspect of an RPG alone, and that's what I wanted to see out of it, and I wanted those aspects out of it, and the first one was really lacking that compared to the second one, which was so much better. And although I did have to go back and play the first one just to get the storyline, because it does have a very immersive storyline, and it's very strong characters, and
I quite like you. Seems
beautiful, brilliant game, in my opinion.
A lot of good games coming out. Most of them coming out. I'd say 50% of them that we've seen coming out in 2014, but a lot of good launch titles.
Nice, you know.
Other than that, that's our E3 special. We covered the rumors, we covered some of the games. Any of you fans at home listening in and all that, if you have any questions, feel free to post them up onto our Facebook page at facebook.com/Reaperz Clan. or even comment into the video that you're watching right now. I'd like to say I'm Rumble Grim. I'd like to also say thanks to my co-host, Bricky Cat, and our two guests for the evening, AOD Metal God and Blood Rose, which is may I add, a new RPD member.
Lead the way there.
I also want to take the fact that I want to say a big thank you to our new sponsor, Gamesplayware LLC. If you're looking for new threads, new shirts or pants or whatever, and you're a big fan of games, and you got that humor like Big Bang Theory, I definitely suggest you to check them out at GameplayWare.com. Make sure you tell them we sent you, and they might hook you up with something.
I'll let you know if we need you.
If you do end up going to a Reaper's game launch, you'll be seeing some of their shirts on display at some of our launches, usually in the Pennsylvania area, but, you know, we do our game launches throughout the United States. If you want to become a Reaper's member, contact Facebook.com/Reaper's Clan or hit us up at rpzclan.webs.com. We're also, if you're interested in an Xbox One, but you don't have the cash because, you know, Uncle Sam wants your money more, come buy a ticket off our main website, rpzclan.webs.com. $15 online special to buy a ticket. There's only 100 total tickets. We're giving away, thanks to GameStop and PC Game Supply, and again, GamePlayWare.com. We're giving away 3 Xbox One consoles with Game of Choice. Our second prizes are a total of 4 of them, 4,000 Microsoft point cards. And our third place is a total of 5 prizes, is random shirts from GamesPlayWare.com.
Thank you for what?
Again, if you're interested in purchasing a ticket, all the funds proceeds to us, Reaper's Clan Gaming Community, to help with our benefit parties, as in paying for rent for the buildings or the supplies that we need to be able to raise these monies for benefits like Susan G. Komen and ASPCA.
And more important.
But again, if you're interested in buying a ticket, go to that website that we mentioned or in the link in the description.
Run races.
But that's all from us at the Reaperz Podcast, and tune in next week when we might cover more E3 specials and more on the
next
gaming industry.
Speak to Horace.
Thanks again.
Go to, well,
Still can't believe you guys don't know anything about Forza.